We should have seized all Saudi Arabian assets in this country, declared war on Saudi Arabia, rounded up every one of their citizens living in our country and executed them on public television, and then fired multiple nuclear warheads at that country.
Okay, so here we are with another review video, and this time we're talking about Jason Blaha's heavily clickbaited titled Mark Lobliner's questionable TRT statements video. And as with all Jason Blaha's sort of gossip videos, what does he do? We know what he does. He clickbaits the title and just needlessly adds his opinion to someone else's video for no reason. So, you know, if you want to find out what Mark Lobliner's talking about, you know, regarding TRT, go and watch his video. You know, why would you want to find out what some obscure, sort of insignificant, irrelevant sort of person on YouTube thinks about a successful YouTuber's video? I mean, it's ridiculous. But here he is, you know, and that's all he does. He just seems to inject himself into people's lives, into their videos, and comment on them like we care what he thinks. And it's the only way the pathetic little creature can make any money to pay his bills. Because, again, he's never worked, has he? So here we are again, you know, just listening and reviewing, just like he's doing to other people. We're reviewing his video, and you know, let's have a little listen to what he says. But what I want you to really listen to here is the way his videos have changed now, because he's really putting in all these disclaimers and everything at the beginning, because I think he's been hit by some warnings, maybe some strikes from YouTube for all his half-naked workout, all his gun videos, all that stuff. I think he's on the edge of maybe losing the channel through strikes. I don't know, but just listen to the way he talks, because if you think about how his channel started, it started like the intro video that you just saw, where he's pretending to be a rough, tough alpha male Texan badass, you know, with guns and all that sort of stuff, bullet loading, and yeah, wearing body armor like a lunatic. And then it sort of it's just decayed down, hasn't it? It's devolved. You know, it went from a green screen backdrop with bullet making material and guns all over the table, and then that sort of disappeared. But probably because he got warnings from YouTube, and then it's disappeared down to just a silly helmet and a gun, and then that all disappeared, and now all he's got is no green screen. He's got a crappy cheap little flag on the back there that costs, you know, like a $1 from the dollar store, and he's still got the crappy little microphone there, and he's got his little hat. That's all he's got now. So that's a real devolution in his channel. And if you listen now, as I start the video, listen to how scared he is, putting in all the disclaimers and saying he's not a professional anything, he's not a doctor and all that stuff. Tries to make a funny joke about sort of staying in a travel lodge or a Holiday Inn or something like that. But have a listen. He's really on sort of defensive panic mode, thinking about how to protect his channel from further strikes.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. You guys know what time it is. Time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And someone has awared me that Mark Pocketliner over at Tiger Fitness has made
Okay. So someone has awared him. One of his sock accounts has awared him. That's all it is. One of his many sock accounts. And I get them popping up on my videos, these sock accounts, and you just know it's him. Anyway, so someone's awared him that, you know, Mark Pocket Liner. So he's always got a little name, a little nickname for the guys he likes, you know. So what we got? Chuck Basher, Jeff Nipples, Jerry Two Times. I mean, it's all very familiar, isn't it, with Blaha? He's got his little nicknames, his little soft spots for his little boy crushes. He's got his little crushes that he likes on certain YouTubers he likes. But yeah, someone awared him. One of his sock accounts has awared him of a video made by Mark Lobliner, or Mark Pocketliner, as Jason, the comedian, likes to say.
A video about TRT that's going to be rather controversial. Now, I want to state up front at the start of this video for YouTube that I do not endorse anyone engage in reckless or illegal activity ever for any reason. Number two, I don't recommend that people use testosterone outside of the care of a medical professional with a prescription under the care of their medical doctor. Number three, I don't recommend that anyone use drugs ever. Drugs are bad, okay? No one should ever.
Did he really just say, drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay?
Mr. Mackey, drugs bad, okay?
Use drugs. This is purely an educational video, and I want to state up front that this is not medical advice, that I am not a medical doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So let me go ahead and put on my +5 pad of Speechcraft.
I mean, you know, just really pathetic. I mean, you can see how worried he is about losing his channel, maybe getting a couple more strikes, because I know a lot of people have been playing the game that he plays. You know, he's obviously had a lot of channels shut down by reporting and flagging them for nudity and all sorts of stuff. You know, so I think people are flagging his channel now, flagging his videos, because, you know, and now he's got so many strikes, he's close to losing his channel, I think, because you can just hear the way he's talking, you know, putting all the disclaimers in, saying, oh, I don't advocate this, I don't condone drug use, and blah blah blah. You know, he's terrified about losing his channel. I think he's been struck many times. He's maybe got one more strike left, and then it's gone. So, you know, if he keeps putting up half naked, sort of dodgy, weird videos where he's working out for men in his bedroom, I mean, it's all very peculiar, isn't it, as we've already discovered. Let's just listen to his panicking and disclaiming again.
Endorse anyone engage in reckless or illegal activity ever for any reason. Number two, I don't recommend that people use testosterone outside of the care of a medical professional with a prescription under the care of their medical doctor. Number three, I don't recommend that anyone use drugs ever. Drugs are bad, okay? No one should ever use drugs. This is purely an educational video, and I want to state up front that this is not medical advice, that I am not a medical doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So,
yeah, he's not a medical doctor, he's not a qualified coach, he's certainly not a gun expert, he's certainly not a power lifter, a fitness expert in any sort of description. And he has no qualifications in nutrition, sports science, nothing. So again, it brings me back to, why the hell would we want to hear what he says? You know, that's it. Why would we want to listen? Why would anyone want to listen to this guy when he's got no qualifications and nothing to show for 20 years of lifting in the iron game? You know, why would they want to listen to you? Why? I don't know. They wouldn't. Anyone with a small amount of IQ wouldn't want to listen. Have nothing to offer.
So let me go ahead and put on my +5 pad of Speechcraft. Let's talk about this. Now, in Mark's video, he came out saying, look, I am very for TRT. And I'll actually agree with his stance. And his stance is that people say, well, TRT is cheating. And he's like, cheating what? Cheating death? Because when we start looking at the research, anyone who's realistically claiming that something like TRT itself.
So when he says research, he's talking about Google. That's all it is. He hasn't got books. He hasn't got, academic sort of studies behind him. He just goes on YouTube, looks at other people's videos and Google. That's it. The research. Google. Just say it how it is, Blaha. I looked on Google and I read something on Google. That's it. That's the amount of your learning. That's it. That's all you know. That's the amount of your knowledge comes from Google.
Is unhealthy or unsafe? Well, that's not true. We have pretty wide-scale studies at this point showing
Wide-scale studies on Google. This guy's never really developed any theories or ideas of his own. He hasn't really experienced anything in a gym because, let's face it, he doesn't do much and hasn't done much. But it's all based on Google. Google searches. Anyone can do that, right? Anyway, I'm not going to drag this video out too much longer. All I'm going to show you now is a few little snippets of just the way he talks to people on his Facebook page and all that sort of stuff.